Hi everyone, thanks for joining. As always, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend with me and this homemade review channel. Please don't be afraid to like and subscribe, comment and boost the little channel any way you can. And a big thanks to those of you who have already subscribed. You know who you are. I really appreciate it. If you do have any suggestions or film reviews yourself, please don't be afraid to get in contact, and my email address is in the description. I would love to hear what you think about the films I review. That'd be great. So anyway, that's enough of my face for the time being. So let's talk about movie choice. So over the last few weeks I've found myself either watching really wacky gore-fest horror movies such as The Sadness or The Substance or In a Violent Nature. Or if I'm not watching those, I'm on the opposing end of the scale watching French romance dramas such as Full Moon in Paris and Paris 13th District, which were both wonderful by the way. I thought I needed a break from all the heartache and gore, and I wanted to watch something that was designed to be pure entertainment, which to be fair I think is really hard to do. So I headed to Netflix and started scrolling, and there it was, Godzilla Minus One, and that fitted the bill just perfectly. Now I want to be honest here and say that as a film franchise, and I've seen my fair share of Godzilla movies, and on the whole they've always left me a bit disappointed. The American ones for sure look like they were shot in the dark, while the plot and character arc were always thin on the ground with these type of movies. So it could be fair to say that I did come to this film with quite a bit of bias. So what's it all about? Well, the film starts in the final months of the Second World War, where we find our lead character, kamikaze pilot Shikisham, on a Japanese island base of Odo, and he's there for mechanical plane repairs. The action pretty much starts straight away as a growing Godzilla quickly attacks the island. Fear quickly overcomes our lead character, and instead of getting the courage to fight Godzilla, he tries to run away and is instantly knocked unconscious. And when he comes to, he quickly realises everybody has been killed on the island and he is the only survivor of Godzilla's attack. The film then follows him as he returns home to find his parents killed and his hometown pretty much destroyed in the bombing of Tokyo. He's at his wit's end, and he ends up looking after a woman and an orphan baby whose family also didn't make it in the attack. And then we see as they become a surrogate but very distant family unit. Then months later, and I want to reduce any spoilers here, a fully grown Godzilla then attacks the mainland, and our lead character must find a way to overcome his guilt and terror to fight back against the creature. Well, where to start? To me, this film covers so much thematic ground. We have our main character's journey and struggles with his survivor guilt. We have his attempt to try and overcome trauma and the impact his brutal past experiences have on those around him. Then we have the post-war guilt that Japan feels as a collective nation and its attempt to rebuild itself in a post-war world. These joint themes clearly mark the movie as having a clear anti-war message, both from the individual perspective and also from a wider view. It could be argued that the primary struggle for the lead is not how to deal with Godzilla at all, but rather how to deal with his past. There are times in the movie that when we forget that it's even a Godzilla movie, as the story is told so effectively and emotionally. In the original Godzilla film, the big bad horror was the destruction of Hiroshima and Nagasaki by the A-bomb, along with all those anxieties about the nuclear testing in the Pacific and the danger of the nuclear age. This one tends to deal with the grief of all that destruction, both from war, nuclear age and Godzilla itself. But at the heart of the story, it's really about hope. Our lead overcomes his past, he finds his place back in the world, while keeping his new adopted family together as they become stronger together in the face of all that adversity. What I really liked was how this film carried some really powerful message through the guise of a monster movie, while it never feels heavy-handed or forced. It's anti-nuclear, anti-war, it's trauma, it's hope, it's guilt, it's redemption. It's got all these really powerful films, all wrapped up in a creature feature. This film was shot on a really modest budget of around $10 million, but the effects are better than nearly every Hollywood blockbuster I've seen in a long time. Not just that, the film won an Academy Award, and it's a first for a Godzilla film for the special effects, and to me it's really well deserved. This is a beautiful looking film. The effects are pitch perfect and there's no need to turn the lights down to cover any rubbish effects that we've seen in previous movies. It's just an awesome visual spectacle all the way through. As you could probably tell, I thought this film was amazing. I thought the story itself was second to none, the effects were incredible, and I was just engaged from the minute it started all the way through. It never felt too long, it never outstayed its welcome, it was just a real visual treat with story to go with it. I absolutely recommend it, a solid 5 out of 5, and I don't give away those very often. Thank you all for making it to the end. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't be afraid to like and subscribe. And of course, that's only if you want to. But if you could help me boost this little channel, I'd really appreciate it.